The Sundance Film Festival. Each January, thousands of filmmakers and film lovers head to Park City, Utah to attend the festival started by Robert Redford to shine a light on indie films that would have gone unnoticed. Many of these films have gone on to earn Academy Awards, been box office breakthroughs, and given rise to global superstars. And so we meet two aspiring filmmakers taking their first steps. Every story has a beginning, and this is theirs.
I love New York right now, and I don't know if I would fit well out in LA.
No, here's the thing about LA is if you want to be an assistant or a PA or work in an office or work for commercial TV or anything like that, then that's the place for you.
Yeah.
But if you want to direct, if you want to be a director, it doesn't really matter where you live. You could do that from anywhere.
Yeah, I'm still up in the air. We'll see.
No studios want new directors.
They say.
You gotta have material, you gotta do it independently, and then next step is discovery.
If you want something bad enough, the whole universe conspires to help you get it.
The last thing I thought I was gonna do was gonna have a full-on conversation with the Oscar winner of the highest grossing film of all time.
As human beings, we desperately need to sit around a campfire and tell our stories. And the cinema is that campfire.
It's still one of the few businesses that one's life could change overnight.
Am I still passionate enough about going after this crazy dream?
Wanted to tell a story, wanted to tell a story on big screens, wanted to tell a story through cinema.
It's doing what you love that makes you successful.
I wanted it to happen right now.
You know what? I gotta work hard.
It's not about your film, it's about you.
Anyone that has made it will tell you there is no easy path to follow, no book that can show you the way, no one road that is like another.
You're about to witness two young filmmakers on their first visit to the summit of the film industry, the Sundance Film Festival. It isn't going to be easy. There are 100,000 other people all here looking to do the same thing, to be noticed.
Come with us as we follow their quest to stand out, to take their chance at taking Park City.
What was the journey like to get here?
It's a big collaboration program at our school. 6 directors are chosen, and we were 2 of the 6 that got chosen.
Out of how many?
I don't remember how many applied. The exact, was it 50?
About 50 kids.
But are you doing kind of industry-related things now?
We were interns on The Dilemma for Ron Howard this past summer.
He let us read and label dailies and
watch him work.
Yeah, watch him work. Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Ask him questions. We got to sit down with him twice.
Twice, yeah. Since then, I've sort of returned to the theater company I worked with, so I've been working there as an assistant director for the show that's actually opening tonight. I couldn't be there because I'm here now, so it's breaking my heart, but it's fine. They understand.
So what about you? What are you doing now?
No directing work as of right now, but just trying to do some freelance and jump on projects here and there. And
there is a community of Chicagoans in LA, and that you can use that.
Some of the gigs that I got were through people that we worked with on The Dilemma for the internship, and the other half of people that I'm getting little gigs here and there from are Columbia people who now live in Los Angeles.
And so tell us what the film is that you're showing.
Mine's Maryland Stress. It's basically about a 15-year-old girl who's discovering her sexuality. It's a little edgy, it's a little controversial.
Mine is kind of, I guess it's controversial and edgy in its own way. It's also about a younger girl and her new pet dog and the great lengths she goes through to try to get rid of it. It's an absurd movie, I'm not gonna lie.
As you look at how you want your own careers to unfold, what do you picture? How do you see your path? What do you think it might be?
I don't want to ever be bored, so that's why I want to do as much as I can now and keep doing it forever and ever.
One of my other passions is traveling, so I'm kind of hoping that I can get all this career stuff up and running so that I can do all that traveling that I want to do. And I made a vow that, you know, I wouldn't shoot a movie in the same place twice. But we'll see how that works
I'm
out.
different. I would love to keep working in New York as far as shooting movies. Yeah. I'm going to be that kind of guy. I'm going to be like that Woody Allen, Spike Lee guy.
So our first party was a Columbia event that was held at the Waldorf Astoria. I think the first 10 minutes we weren't really sure what to do with it. I think we were kind of nervous about approaching people that we had never met before. And really how to do that, I think, was what we were more unsure and wary about, especially for me. Just because I don't initially just walk up to people and start talking to them about myself or about my films or whatnot. So I think it kind of took some introductions for us to really kind of step out of our comfort zone and get in there and talk to some people.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm Franklin.
Franklin, Sylvia Perez. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How you doing?
A student, yeah?
Yeah.
Actually graduated last year. And it's wow.
Yeah.
That's huge. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You
Thanks.
must be so excited.
I am. It hasn't hit me yet, but
yeah. Wow. When is it airing?
Tomorrow afternoon.
What's the name of it?
Beast.
What time?
And then after that, it became a lot easier to talk to people, and I felt more confident about introducing myself to strangers and handing them my business card and, you know, asking them for their contact information. So I think the first half hour was a little iffy, and then once, you know, we got more into it, it turned out really well. And we met, I think, a lot of really interesting people and met a lot of filmmakers, which I liked to be able to relate to those people and connect on that level.
Park City, weather today, 12. It's 12 right now.
12 o'clock.
No, 12 degrees. It is 12 degrees.
Salut, comment ça va? Oui, ça va bien. Is Dad home? Oh, okay. I've been playing phone tag with him all day. Hopefully I'll get a hold of Dad today, because every time he calls me, we're busy doing something, or every time I call him, he's busy doing something, so I'm feeling all right. Yeah.
So after Saturday night's party, the last thing I thought I was going to do was going to have a full-on conversation with the Oscar winner of the highest grossing film of all time.
What about the final look of the film? So once you finish the shoot and the film, I mean, it's going to take a while to build a film like this, and a lot of post-production. How long are you involved with this process?
At this point, they have a rough cut of the film, but in that rough cut, I mean, there's certain things like, you know, I won the Oscar, so I can demand certain things like that. We really, before you screen it, we should time it a little bit, and then they listen to me. This is like what you get.
But that's because you won, right?
This is what happens. Like, okay, people ask, like, when you win the Oscar, how has your life changed? But there's certain things like people listen to you, like, oh, that's interesting. We should, you know, color time it.
There was a moment where we were waiting to talk tomorrow, and there was kind of a crowd around him, and we couldn't really pull him aside. Kind of made me feel awkward for a moment, just trying to get in there, but eventually we were able to kind of sneak through and pull him aside and ask him some questions, and, you know, really find out why it is that he does this for a living, you know, and why he's so passionate about it, which was really something special for us to really get to witness.
This is my film, actually, Beast. It's a 50s B horror film comedy about a little girl trying to destroy her pet dog. Yes, it's very absurd. But we shot it in color. We converted to black and white to give it that 50s look.
This is mine, Marilyn's dress. Yeah. So we were not a dog, but there was a child. So we shot a little short about a young girl who's discovering her sexuality. So no special effects on that one. Yes.
Mine has special effects, yeah.
Yeah.
Things are happening nicely and fast, and it's I mean, like, I came from, like, you know, Fort Greene, Brooklyn. I never thought I would be right here, you know, talking to an Oscar winner in my life. But how do you still find the fun in your work with all this success going on?
Well, I think every day when I go to work, for me, it's a real privilege what I do. This is what I make a living. doing. I make a living doing something that I really love to do. So a lot of people aren't fortunate enough to have that in their lives. And so every day, a day doesn't go by that I don't think about that, you know, how fortunate I am. And I feel the same way about, you know, finding somebody like a director that's enthusiastic about the project.
Right, that's great. That's really reassuring because
Yeah.
I think, especially being young filmmakers like we are, you know, that's all we've got going for us right now is, you know, passion, enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
And do you like, because you kind of said that, you know, you'll just kind of look at something. Do you tend to kind of do that on set, where just kind of improvise like that?
I do. I think there's always room for improvisation. I think it's very important. It's about, like, you know, constantly changing, I think, and not being so strictly embedded. It's like, what does this scene mean to the next scene, or what does it mean now to the next day's work, or what does it mean, like, to the work we've done so far? Like, thinking about all those variables, and then at a certain point in the project, the film kind of takes over and it demands things out of you that you're not even, you know, whatever it may be. Like, the film sort of like gathers life of its own, and then it just becomes about satisfying that life rather than, you know, what you're going to bring. You know, you have to. It's demanding. Like, what the scene, you're not telling the whole story. So the film is saying, I need more information. So you have to do that other shot, or you have to do that other, you know, that specific setup, or you have to show that transition, because it just demands it out of you. And it starts taking over. You know that.
Yeah.
Like, you start cutting it together and, like, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you got to get that other little piece, and it's those demands.
Just what a classy guy.
Mauro is definitely a family guy, which was something I could relate to, and I really admired about him.
For me, that curiosity, maintaining that curiosity, really is what keeps me at that level. And there's also my wife, who really bases me.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
She's like a real, you know, stronghold where
Nice.
I walk in and I'm, you know, I'm father and husband now. You know,
good for you. Yeah, that's
she
awesome.
really solidifies my life.
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He said that he had even turned down a job to be with his family, which I thought was great. I thought that was really important to hear that. So the first night we were introduced to Brenda Sexton, who used to work for the Illinois Film Office, and she was hosting a party the following night. So we ended up at that party, a Chicago networking party, so there was a lot of people that were working in the industry, filmmakers, that, you know, we could go around and network with, which was very cool because we had already had kind of practice with the whole networking thing. So it was fun for us to get kind of like a redo with that, where, you know, we felt more comfortable with it. Something interesting that I kind of discovered about networking at these parties that we were networking at was the fact that everyone kind of seems to be going for the same goal. Everyone kind of seems to be in the same place that Franklin and I were in, which is, you know, they're also young filmmakers, or, you know, new filmmakers still trying to make it in the industry.
It's cool. It's cool. It's a great show so far. So good. I met a lot of people. Once again, it's one of those things where a lot of people think I'm security, but it's all right. I moved past that. But, you know, I just was like, no, I don't know. I'm not here to protect anybody. I actually direct movies.
I think a lot of people don't follow up.
Yeah.
Which to me is just absurd. Like, why?
Yeah, but
why
there's,
wouldn't you?
So you want to find that perfect tone of saying, so cool to meet you.
Right.
I've been a big fan of your work for a long time. Here's my info. And then maybe next time you're in town, or next time you have an opportunity or reason to contact him, he'll remember who you are.
I met, if you're going to be filming, I met, what's her name?
Okay.
Probably the richest and the biggest fan of Beast I've ever met. Wealth advisor. And she works with a lot of financiers of films. And she was obsessed with Beast. So I gave her a copy of my films and stuff. And we're going to be in contact. That was pretty sweet.
Nice.
Yeah. All in the day's work of networking, I guess.
Oh, dude.
I guess.
To the slopes.
That way?
Oh yeah, that way. Ah!
This is kind of scary.
Randy Quaid. No, she just came down skiing now. Hey guys, I'm Randy Quaid. Christopher Munch, extraordinary films, all of which have been screened at Sundance. So discovering new talent, my ass. But I mean, I guess they. Whoa, this thing is fast. Woo! It's all right, Tanya. Don't be nervous up here. You're with friends. That's the best way to die.
Oh.
It is.
No.
Look at you, look at you. Look at you, look at where her hand is. It's okay. We're gonna be all right.
Oh my God.
And those were the last words Norman Franklin said to Tanya. Here we go. No.
Oh.
No, never mind. And we're going a little bit back. This is exactly like my career right now. Being in Park City and at Sundance Film Festival, what makes me even more excited to direct movies is that you see the excitement on the people's faces that go see movies, you know? They're like, yes, we're here to see movies. Yes, there's partying and all that stuff and they're skiing. But when they're on that line and they have that ticket voucher, they're there to see movies, you know? And there's an excitement that comes with that. And seeing that excitement today, you know, when I was seeing movies, just gets me excited. You know, it's like, I was sitting there in the movie theaters like, I literally saw my movie up on that screen. Everything got taken out and I saw my movie up there. And I saw myself being introduced as the director of the film.
We were introduced to Len Amato, who is the president of HBO Films, and that was a real honor to get to talk to him and get some advice from him.
What you're doing now is a great start because you have a calling card, right? Your short is a calling card, or someone's screenplay is a calling card. I've heard great things about the movies, and I'm sure when people see them, they'll want to meet with you. There's one side of you that is working on your scripts and working on your films and pushing the films that you've made and trying to get the film together that you're trying to make. And then there's another side where it's not bad for you guys to think like a producer. What's getting bought, what scripts are out there, you know, who are the good executives, who's somebody that might be open to what I have to give. It's show business, and you got to believe that if you make something that's good enough, it's going to get noticed.
The president of HBO Films got his business card. That was great. Yeah, he came from where I came from. He started in New York and he made his way out to LA. So I was like, you know what? There's no reason why I shouldn't have the same career that this guy has.
So you're really quiet today. What's going on?
Me? The nerves, I guess. I mean, there's not much to talk about yet, so, and I want to save all my energy just in case if people actually want to hear what I have to say after the screening or maybe before.
But I'm just happy people are going to see it. I mean, that to me it's perfect, you know. I mean, it's enough, you know. So, I mean, that's why you make movies, so people see it. You know, I mean, some people make movies to win awards. I make movies to share it with people. And
are you entering it into other competitions as well?
Yeah, we have a huge list, so we're going to try and go all around. I personally, my dream is Cannes.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's a big stretch. So Sundance and Cannes are like the two film festivals that I've always dreamt about being a part of. So just to be here and on its own is awesome.
Have you ever had any doubts, even when you were in school? Like, is this really the profession I want to get into?
About the profession, no. I always knew I wanted to do it. About my talent, yes. There's been doubts. Every second there's a doubt, but only for a second. I let it go.
I think I'm very laid back. I'm very passive with people, and I think sometimes I could be a little more stern with what I want. I've been lucky in getting what I want by being passive and just being like, you know, laid back and casual about things, but I think at some point that might bite me in the butt and it could hurt me, I think, in the long run, but I mean, I've been kind of lucky with it so far, but I think that's definitely a weakness that I think I should be more stern with people and, you know, really, really get exactly what I need.
Have you encountered anything yet that has discouraged you at all?
Like, I almost quit the program, the film program, when I was there, but I think I got that all out of my system now, and like I said, I know it's going to be tough, but I'm ready for it. And not much can discourage me at this point.
I've never been here before, so for me it was really like, take it in, soak it in, you know, I'll definitely be here again. But, you know, meet people, get to kind of feel out what it's like, you know, network with people, get some business cards, get some connections going, you know, and especially back in LA, because that's what it's all about. You can't get anywhere without knowing somebody.
I've been having weird dreams since I've been up here.
Having dreams or nightmares?
I don't know. Last night I was running from the cops. I was watching a movie, and we got kicked out of the house by the parents, and the cops chased us for a while.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. And the first night I was here, I had a dream that Tanya and I were in a hot tub. I know it's getting crazy, right? And something happened. We were running again. So there's been a lot of running away in these dreams I've been having ever since I've been up here. So that's been interesting, yeah.
He's pretty nervous, right?
He is, but it's really funny because he definitely has his game face on today, and he's much more like professional.
Going last is a disadvantage because people leave early. Yeah, whatever. Because people are like slowly but surely leaving, but I hope that cool people get to stay, or cooler people come in. I read this thing. I'm a spiritual person. Just some biblical scriptures in here I like. Trying to calm my nerves.
Dress, amazing. It's nice seeing the dog be a badass in a movie, you know?
I was really impressed with everything, especially horror scenes. You know, everything just says surprising, shocking, so they did a good job.
Marilyn's dress, it kind of kept you on edge and you're trying to figure out what was going on. You really had to decipher a lot. Beast was great, just, you know, you watch it and it's really funny.
Yeah, Beast was great.
Thank you.
It was really good.
Thank you.
That girl was a tyrant.
Yeah.
My dad. Wow, finally. Hey, there you are. Every time I call you, you too. Well, you're not a woman, but you're a busy man. Yeah, it went really well. It was well received, and yeah, a good amount of people. Yeah, yeah. So, what about you? You at the United Center right now?
What plan B? There is no plan B. I told you I'm directing movies. That's it. There is no plan B.
I don't know if I have a plan B.
And whether people hate me or think I'm stupid for that, let them think I'm stupid.
My father was a hockey player, and he lived his dream, so it's only fair that I live mine.
I'm gonna work hard, and I'm gonna be a nice person, you know? Not necessarily a nice person. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna be a good person, an honest person, and a hard worker, and that's what's gonna get me far.
They've collected a few dozen business cards, shaken even more hands, and shared a few air kisses.
Now one goes home to New York, the other to LA, and while their future is still uncertain, one thing's for sure, we will be watching.